Hi and welcome to an updated deck profile of my Igknight deck. This Igknight version is built a bit different from the first one we had. It plays not 60 cards this time, but 56 actually. But this doesn't make the deck less consistent. It gives the deck the same consistency, but allows it to play staple cards like hand traps, and this makes it very strong. It is a really good rogue deck right now. In this guide I will do it a bit differently than the last time, so I will talk a bit more about the card choices and what the card actually do. So to start off, we still play every Igknight at 3. The Igknights are rotors. If you open another Igknight with them, and if you play all Igknights and you have searches for them, it's a very high chance that you will open 2 and you will start off your combo. So I don't have to explain a lot. They all have the same effect. They can pop themselves and another Igknight in the other scale and search any fire warrior. Also a really funny thing, their effect can be ashed, but it's not once per turn, so you can just activate it again and it's a noob ash bait, because if they use ash on it, you still have both in the scales. Destroying them is not cost, so you can just activate it again and go through with it. Now we come to the part of the effect monsters in the deck. As you can see, it turned down a lot. So to explain our choices, we play one Immortal Phoenix, it outs Dragoon, and is a really good going second card, and sometimes even gives you a negate. Renault is like the best extender. I cut down most extenders because we can just search everything. So you don't have any need to play cards like Olivier or Fireflint Lady. But Renault is still so strong that he is justified at 3. Then we play a 0 Day there in the upper right. He is used for the Codebreaker combo. And Sublimation Knight and Squeak Knight. Sublimation Knight is just a searchable 1 card Isolde. Also, I just want to mention that this deck profile is also built a lot differently, like thematically. We will go first over our engine stuff and then we will build towards more generic stuff. So if we talk about spells here, those are all engine spells or starter spells, starter/extender spells. So we have Painful Decision, it's just rotor. A better rotor because it's also foolish for Ignites. Summoner's Art is rotor because it searches any Ignite. Unexpected Die is like, it's an extender, but it can also act as a starter, a pseudo starter, because it gets you an Ignite into the scale, which you can special summon then later by pendulum summoning. Reasoning is just an extender. You can cut it if you want to, but just getting a free Ignite, and this the one you get goes to the extra deck, so you can rework it. So Reasoning sometimes acts as a +1 because of that, because you can use the monster twice. Rotor is just rotor. Durendal, I played 3 before, because if you equip it to warrior, you can just search any Ignite and that makes it rotor, but it needs more setup than the other cards. As you can see, all the spells except the equips need setup. So I cut Durendal down to 1. We can search it with Isolde and Renault combo. And Living Fossil, the same thing. Sometimes you need it, it can decently help you play through Nibiru Living Fossil. And having 2 equipped spells decreases your chance of drawing both. So Isolde is dead. Isolde only needs to mill 1, by the way. So for the last 10 cards of the deck, we play 9 generic cards and the driver for the Gamma set. It's a brick, yes, but Gamma is super strong in this deck. So I chose to play 3 Gamma, 3 Ash, and a Feather Duster and 2 Cosmic Cyclones, so 3 cards against back row. First, the Gamma. Gamma is really good, because if you have both ignites in the scale and you activate an effect and your opponent activates a monster effect to negate it, you can just negate their monster effect with a gamma and get 2 free monsters, which is just amazing. It's such a good card and also helps going second because you have a really good chance to draw one of those cards, and gamma is just a very, very good hand trap. Then Ash, it's just Ash, it's good against everything. And then back row cards, anti-back row cards. I chose to play those because if you noticed on the last ban list, Sky Striker is back. And Sky Striker is one of those Floodgate, Mystic Mine decks, and we have to play some main decks out against that in my opinion. So just 3 back row, anti-back row cards should do enough for that. Now we will do some math here. The Igknight deck is ridiculously consistent. You have such a high chance to open combo. Like you have a 56 card deck and you have 37 starter cards. Like those are your Ignites, your Searcher, Sublimation Knight, etc. I will show you a picture here. And the chance to draw any of those 2 starters, and any of those 2 starters is combo, by the way. So Sublimation Knight, Summoner's Art is combo, Sublimation Knight with any of those cards is combo, 2 Ignite, Summoner's Art and any Ignite, it's all combo. The chance to draw 2 of 37 in a 56 card deck with a 5 card starting hand is 96%. I would lower the percentage by like 1 or 2% because Unexpected Die really isn't such a good starter, but it still serves its purpose really well. So it's like 95% chance to open combo. So like 1 in 20 games you will break, and in the other hands you will draw your combo. And the chance to open 3 of those cards is 80%, by the way. So you also have a really high chance of playing through disruptions. The next thing is, like, why do I play 56 cards, which is like almost the maximum, but only 9 generic staples? That's because like playing 9 generic staples in this deck and 56 card still gives you a 60% chance to open any one of them. So you have a 60% chance to open Cosmic, Duster, Ash or Gamma. Any one of those, you have a 60% chance. So in way over half your games, you will draw a staple, which is really, really nice going second and sometimes even going first. Now to the extra deck. And the cards you see here are the combo cards that you need to play for the deck to work. So you need Link Spider because you need effect monsters for the Code Breakers, and your Ignites are not effect monsters, they are normal monsters. The Code Breakers to do the Link Up combo, like you make a Link 2, the Virus Swordsman, and end with a Link 3, a Link 2 and 1 monster. Then 2 Isolde, like you only need 1 for the combo, but the second one comes up. And Draco Master of the Tenyi, because he has 3 arrows pointing down, is relatively generic to make, and has an okay-ish effect. But you play him mainly because he's so generic and has those arrows. The rest of the extra deck, so 9 cards, are staples and just cards you want to end on maybe, or you use going second, so you can fill in here whatever you want. I play Imduk because sometimes, like if you get Nibiru, you need to use a Link Spider, or second, you need to make it into an effect monster. And Imduk is like Link Spider. He can't special summon from the hand, that's a downside, but he has a castle-like effect, which is pretty nice, and if it comes up, it's a hell of a fun card. Then Nightmare Phoenix, just a good staple card. IP Masquerena, just the same. IP Avramax is still pretty good. Then we have Borrow Load, untargetable extra deck monster that can take control of monsters, really strong. Googie Power Load, really good card, unaffected by other cards effects. It's like a super good card against striker or control decks because it's unaffected just. Then we have Nightmare Griffin, Pseudo Floodgate, pretty strong, pretty easy to make, comes up in a lot of combos. Avramax, just a strong card, it's easy to make. Appaloosa, you make this one if you have like one more extender, and you don't have to go into Draco Masters. You can just make a 2 or 3 material Appaloosa for extra negates, and she also has perfect arrows. And then one Baguska, he's part of a combo I showed you in the last video, so if you want to see 2 very basic combos, check out the last deck profile. He's super easy to make, and like Baguska and Griffin or Baguska Power Load is super hard to out, and if the opponent can't out it, you can just easily OTK next turn in almost all of the cases. That was it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions regarding the card choices or combos, feel free to ask.